Benfica Podcast is one of the founding members of Benfica Independent. Benfica Independent is an independent platform made by fans for fans, and in it, you can find our podcast along with many other podcasts, along with articles of opinion, video segments, and much, much more. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/Benfica Independent, with exclusive contents for our patrons.
Hasta que no estás aquí dentro no sabes la grandeza de este equipo. Sí, es un club que tiene una grandeza que no se comprende si no estás aquí dentro.
Usando uma magia única, benfiquista, que só nós sentimos assim. Por muitos desgostos que possamos ter, valores mais altos se levantam. E o valor mais alto que se levanta em termos futebolísticos chama-se Benfica.
Quero o Benfica intimidar o adversário. Quero o manto sagrado entrar com vocês em qualquer estádio. E os estádios, pá! É isso que eu quero!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Talking to the Law Benfica podcast. My name is Alfredo Fumaças. With me, as always, Cristiano Oliveira. Cristiano, como é que é, amigo? Tudo bem?
Alfredinho, como é que é, meu amigo?
Everything good? You sound a little down. I hope you're okay.
Okay.
Or are you still hungover?
Hungover.
I shouldn't say that because you don't even drink.
I've had better days, but nonetheless, I'm excited to be here with you guys talking about the one podcast that I think our listeners get geeked about right in July. In July.
Right.
They want to hear. They
That's
can't
right.
wait to fast forward to buy, keep, sell, loan, manda de graça, rumo para o lado. Like these guys, this is the one podcast that I think everybody, I don't know why they care what we think, but, appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah. Dave, what's happening with you, man? Close that door, man. That smoke's getting all the way down here.
The smoke, yeah. I got to go out there with the mangueira and put out the fire here. So if you see me
Holy
leaving,
moly,
I got
man.
to put it out. But good to be back on. Final one here of the 2022-2023 season. Put a nice bow on it, and then we're off to vacation here. I think we deserve a vacation. What do you guys think?
I think so. We
Why-
deserve more than
Why
a
do we
vacation.
deserve a vacation? Is it important to win the title? Seems like,
They won something.
right? I don't know. It seems like they won everything, as a matter of fact. And credit to João Mario. João Mario, who is a guy that I think is a little soft to be our captain. But nonetheless, he came out with the tweet or Insta or whatever the hell he did, a post somewhere in English. Don't forget who the real champions are. Because if you had no idea, you were in a coma or you were up there with the Bears, the Grizzly Bears in the middle of the woods over there where Dave is, right? You would have came out of it thinking FCP won everything.
Yeah.
And like people forget that SLB is the Campeonato Champions. Everything else is noise. Unless
That's right.
They must have got JJ's memo midweek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless it's your
JJ
dude
set that up
who
nice.
says it's as important, the taças as important as Campeonato.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I know.
Because he's trying to talk down him losing the championship. Anyway, we're going to say hi to all the Freddies who have joined us. Chico Marcelino was there first. Flávio Ferreira, Abola Cadernos, Nuno M, Pedro Aresta, what's
Hey,
happening?
a bola caderno.
Abola Cadernos.
You know, bola,
Taylor Aguiar,
you know that bola
Melo.
was bought out, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, I just read it today. Manny Villadão, Justin Aragão, Carlos Amaro. Como é que é, pá? How's everything, guys? Everything good? Somebody was saying on the chat that you look a little bit like Fábio Vieira. Abola Cadernos was saying that.
He does.
I don't know if that's a
That's
good
right.
thing or a bad thing, but
It's a
I'll
good
take
thing
it.
that he's not a Porto anymore.
No, he said,
I
"Ars,
guess.
go
But he's
collect-
at a.
go get that check, Dave."
Dave, you could I don't know, you could body double for the guy. Or at least face double. I don't know about body double.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but Bruno Teixeira, Eric Amaral, it's good to see everybody joining us tonight for our classic episode.
Smash the like button. Smash the like button.
Yeah, if you haven't smashed it, but go easy. Our keep loan and
Pedro
sell segment.
Pedro Aresta's here saying hit the little hearts, I guess.
The little hearts.
Is there like
the little
heart
hearts
on this? I don't even know. Is it?
I don't know.
Eu também não sei.
I don't know. Hearts is on Instagram. I think on YouTube is the like the thumb up.
No, there's on the side. I just click see like hearts. See, look, I'm.
What the hell do I know?
You see it? Look, I'm saying.
Anyway, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show, Benfica unveiled the new jersey for the upcoming season. What do you guys think? Cristiano, you like the new jersey? I gotta be honest, I like the new jersey. I love it.
See, I like it. I mean, hopefully I'll be getting it soon. But yeah, I like it. I actually do. But you know me, I'm a guy that's not off the please at times when it comes to these things in jerseys. I complained, bitched and moaned last year about the white one, remember? And I wound up buying it anyway. So
yeah, I always love. I love when they give detail to the jersey, and this year's 120 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 120 years. This upcoming 2024 is 120 years for Benfica, so they got a nice detail in the collar, in the back of the collar, I should say. That says 120 years old, and then you got the golden stripe going down the side.
I'm not fond about the golden stripe, to be honest.
You're not, but you could, you know why the golden stripe is there, right?
Because they didn't put a white one.
No, because to celebrate the 120 years, because they have golden lettering in the back also. If you,
o nosso amigo Serginho, I think he did a video on.
Yeah, he did an unboxing, and also Sergio Jafost did a little bit of an unveiling too. I liked his, very original. So shout out to Jafost for doing his. He did it on not live on one of those Twitter videos. It was nice.
You have
I liked
Flavio
his own style.
You're talking about the secondary jerseys fire. This guy must have some inside scoop because I haven't.
There's one circulating around, but it hasn't been made
the pinstripe one.
But it's not official.
The pinstripe one. And the thing that throws me off about the pinstripe one is that it's inspired
by the Yankees.
But no, by another year. I think 91 maybe, could it be? But Kevin sent me that on a DM. I like the pinstripe, man. I like anything that's going to be white because I think it falls more with the traditional Benfica away jerseys. I'm not too crazy about the yellow colors and blue colors and all that other jazz. You know, I like the away jersey to be white and the shorts red. I love it. But I know that a lot of people are going to probably steer away from the pinstripe. What do you guys, Cristiano, you're a Yankee fan. What do you feel about the pinstripes?
Bro, everybody bitch to complain about the yellow and I want to buy it too. So what can I say? Look, the Benfica and us. That's it. People spend way too much time bitching and moaning about everything, bro. Just enjoy it for the time being. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you like it, buy it. Support. It is what it is, man. It's our colors, and as long as it's got our emblem in it, to me, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back into the meal with the big sapo in the front. You get that ugly blue one, which I have here in my standing with the rest of the jerseys. Alfredo, you've seen it millions of times. It's got to be one of the ugliest ones. Remember that brown beige one? I got it here as well. It seems like with the burgundy under it. I mean, there have been some absolutely ridiculous ones, but it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, SLB, aqui no peitinho, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Bruno Teixeira is saying apparently the white jersey was never used this season.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it used?
Right?
It was.
And like the pre-qualifiers, was that what it was?
No, but it was.
It could have been.
I remember seeing it. If I'm not.
I think I do remember seeing it also. Probably once, maybe twice.
I think I've seen it like
at most.
Times. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times, Alfredo. Definitely
more
than once. More than once for sure.
Hey, Chris, if you don't mind, I wanted to talk about the preseason. Benfica also announced some of their plans that they already have firmed up for the preseason. Would you mind pulling up that tweet on the Benfica podcast? My phone died. I wanted to read it. And would you be able to read it, please?
Estás-me a dar trabalho, mas I do it.
É pá, pois tem que ser, pá. Alguém tem que fazer alguma merda, pá. Não pode ser sempre eu e o Dave, pá. Tu tens que fazer alguma coisa, pá.
Eu estou forte de fazer, pá. All right.
I organized the whole podcast.
Benfica have excuse me? You organize? Até que enfim, faz alguma coisa.
I organized the podcast. Dave does the stats. And what do you do?
That's why you're driving new cars. You know what I mean? You make money. And I can't even look. I can't even afford to get a camera that works to put me on the podcast. So it is. Benfica have announced their preseason schedule, ladies and gentlemen. July 5th, they open preseason at Seixal. Team reports to Seixal in July. It's in Portugal for those of you that are wondering. Seixal, Portugal. Put the little flag there just to make sure people are aware. Then through July 9th, from July 9th through the 15th, they will be doing their mini preseason at St. George's Park. That is in the UK, United Kingdom, England. July 12th, they'll play Southampton in England. Then I guess they will be taking a trek down to Switzerland, which every single season, no matter who the coach is, no matter who the president is, Benfica just loves to go to Switzerland. And they take on Basel on July 16th. Then during July 20th and 21st, they have the Algarve Cup. I guess there haven't been any opponents announced as of yet. July 30th, they go to Holland to face Feyenoord. I'm guessing it's going to be the jogo da apresentação do Feyenoord. And then there's still the Eusebio Cup at the Estádio da Luz to be announced because, as you guys might be well aware, FCP beat Sporting Braga this weekend for the Taça Portugal. Therefore, the champions of the Taça Portugal will take on the champions of the Campeonato Português, whatever the hell name they give it nowadays, most likely the first weekend of August, and therefore Porto, Benfica in that match. And as of right now, Benfica has not announced a date for the Eusebio Cup because there's still no definitive answer on when that Supertaça game will take place.
No North America tour, Bola Cadernos. That's confirmed.
No, that's confirmed. That's
usually the Algarve Cup usually involves an England like a mid to lower tier English team. Since there's a lot of English, obviously, in Algarve.
Is that the one where they give the bridge as a trophy?
Esse é o troféu do Guadiana.
Oh, okay.
But I heard they were trying to bring in Ronaldo's Saudi team to play in that Algarve Cup on the Zir.
Maybe.
Because they're going to be playing some games in Portugal. They're doing their camp in Portugal, so.
Yeah, I did read a rumor that might be happening, but I don't know yet. And to be perfectly honest, I rather have a team that's a little bit more competitive.
Olha, cocaína.
Pow!
Talisca, CR7.
Pow!
So the Dr. Carlos Amado says, I'll be in Algarve for the Algarve Cup. If any of you would like to get together. Well, there's an invite. If that's what it sounds like.
That's what's up. Hit up Carlos. Drink some bujecas, add some caracóis, go watch Benfica. What's better than that? And maybe catch a little bit of beach in the morning. Sounds like a good day, man.
That Carlos.
Anyway,
guy.
Let's get right into it. So for those of you that don't know the rules, at the end of the season we do we go through the whole roster. Along with some of the guys that are on loan, and we basically deem them whether to be sold, whether to be loaned, or whether to be kept. Usually, or last year, I think, where do we end up? Like 7 players on a keep list? It was a bad year. This year, it's going to be different for sure. So I'm excited about this. The only players we're counting are the players that are on 0-0, part of Benfica's roster, but we are excluding Felix's brother.
Oh.
Guys that may have at some point trained with the A team but never really got minutes, and this is of course excluding the goalies, because Benfica does have 4 goalies on their official roster. So let's start with the goalies. Vlaco Dimos. Who wants to go? I'll go first, and then we'll go in order. Vlaco Dimos to me is if we had another goalie, I would sell him. But because we don't have a goalie, it doesn't look like we're getting a goalie anytime soon. I think that Roger Schmidt may be looking at the 3 youngsters that are behind the Vlaco Dimos as the guys for the future. And also, Vlaco Dimos has just extended his contract. So, for me, it's going to be a keep. Cristiano.
Tu és muito bom, pessoal. Bro, love Akudimos. He's a spectacular human being. Really nice guy. With that being said, he was a part of this magical team that brought the Caneco back to Estádio da Luz. It's time for him to part ways. Sayonara. Peace out. Arrivederci. Whatever language you want to say. Deus, até já. And use that money that you obviously receive in his departure to go get yourself a real legit goalkeeper that plays a Benfica. You need a goalie that's able to play with his feet. You need a goalie that knows how to come out crosses and whatnot. You need a goalie that knows how to catch the ball when it gets shot, particularly straight at him. So therefore, I would very much sell him.
What about you, Dave?
I have him as a keep. The brain says keep for all the things that you mentioned, Alfredo, especially the contract that goes up in 2027. So doesn't make much sense to re-sign him, just to sell him as soon as the next transfer window opens. But I have to agree with Cristiano. If I wasn't using my brain, I would definitely say sell, because the guy can be a liability at times for us. So still need to upgrade in that position.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at Alfredo dragging and dropping the player.
Like that? That's nice. This high-tech redneck. Like it?
Just in time for vacation.
Just in time for vacation.
Making me look like I'm snuggling with Vlaco Dimos there, but it's okay.
I didn't notice that, but yeah, I see it now. You putting your head on his shoulder.
Chora, baby.
Next one is Samu Soares, who is Benfica's number 2 after Elton Milk leaving. I'm Chris. You're gonna go first this time.
I would look. I have to admit, I haven't seen this kid play with very much attention, but from everything I gather, he is a spectacular youngster, a guy that has a huge future ahead of him. Therefore, I will loan him out to a team, particularly in the Portuguese First Division, but it's got to be a team where he's going to be the number 1. It's not to go be a backup. It's not going to be a third-string goalkeeper. You keep him where he's at. But the ideal situation would be to loan him to a club where he plays a full season, a la Oblak, a la Ederson, when they both went to Rio Ave, and they gained tremendous experience. And then when they came back, it was just like a little walk in the park. So I loan this young gentleman with hopes that he can be an asset in the future.
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
I say we keep him, but it also depends on what we do here in the offseason. If we bring in another keeper and that takes away minutes for Samu, then I'm on board with loaning him to get that experience. Because we also have Andre Gomes here, who's another young keeper too. So you don't want to be stunting the growth and development between these two guys.
Dave, keep in mind, Andre Gomes had shoulder surgery, so he'll only be
That's
back.
right. He's going to be done for 6 months or something like that, I read. So I have him as Samu as a keep.
Samu as a keep. Okay. I have Samu as a keep either. Also, I should say. I would say that he's an understudy. I think he's still young, has talent.
Needs to play.
But the word
he needs to play, guys. I'm sorry, guys are dropping.
I get it.
Being here,
but
being number 2, not getting any minutes is not doing him any service.
The word is that Gomes is better than Samu, but with his injury, we'll see what happens. And Dave, we have Leo Kokubu or Kubu.
I got him as a sell here. We've already talked about these other 2 younger keepers as being the next in line. Kokubu's kind of gone by the wayside here, so I've got him as a sell. If they're able to find a partner for him.
Yeah, I got him as a sell too. Chris,
you guys sell. Who's gonna give you anything for this?
We do this every year.
I keep
or loan.
I keep
or loan.
I keep him. No, loan's 23. He does nothing to margin no Benfica. We have to look. You keep him for another year until Samuel comes back until the kid Andre is ready to play. He's right now, he's your number 3 keeper. Go get 2 goalkeepers that could challenge each other for the number 1 spot. And you keep this kid around as your number 3, not making a lot of money. I think he'll be content with playing a couple games on U23s on the B team and whatnot, and being the 3rd string goalkeeper at Benfica, while the other ones are still getting their rotations elsewhere. One's going to be out half of the season. The other one, hopefully, like I said before, will be playing a full season in the 1st division club in order to get that experience. I think he's the perfect clock for the moment, for the time being, at least. So you keep him. That's my first. Wow, that's my first keep. Woohoo! Championship.
Okay.
You got to drop Samu down to me. You've got him twice on Chris's line.
I got him twice on Chris's line. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
The guy so much, I keep him twice.
No, you loan him, right,
Yeah.
Dave?
No, I'm keeping.
Samu is keep.
Yeah, keep for me, loan for Chris.
That's right.
Yo, Freddy's. Come on, Freddy's. We want to hear your opinions. That's Caladín. Let's go. Speak up. Speaking out or forever.
Yeah.
Hold your peace.
Guys, keep in mind that I'm trying to do all of this live as we do this. This has not been pre-programmed, so I'm doing this. So
Yeah, our producer's
if you
not here
catch
to
me
make
in a
things
mistake-
easy. Our producer.
That's right. Andre Gomes for me is a loan. And the reason why I think that out of all the keepers that Benfica has, he probably is the one that needs the most experience. So I'm going to say loan him out when he's healthy. Maybe it's the second half of the season. Maybe in the winter transfer he goes out. For me, it's a loan because I really feel that this kid needs to get first division experience. But then again, like Chris says, what club is he gonna start at?
You still gave me, like some of my Manny Villadon said, you still gave me Samuel twice on my list, bro.
I already moved it.
No, you just moved him to the side.
Oh, cum caralho, pá.
So
So Chris, is it a sell for Samu or is it a loan? You said a loan, right?
You got to
Dave-
drop him
Okay,
to
so
a
we're-
keep for me.
No, I said
Oh,
I said
keep.
loan. Yeah, Dave's keep.
Keep for Dave. All right, we're doing it. All right, next one, Bah. Chris.
Wait, you only did Andre Gomes for yourself.
Oh, cum caralho, pá. Go ahead, guys.
I've got him as a keep just because he is going to be injured there for half the season. So bring him back, maybe get some B team minutes, and if he's ready, playing some action by the time that January transfer window, then you keep a look at him. But I still have him as a keep for my team here.
What about you, Chris?
Andre Gomes
wait,
right now,
it's me.
due to his
I already
injury
put
and due to his age, is easy. Is a keep. Let him recover from his injury in front of your doctors. Wait your number one, training team around him every day, and then you let him play the remaining 6 years on the U23s, on the B team. He's still going to get plenty of time, and then next season will determine how his, how he's done throughout the season, and then determine whether it's what we're going to do with him, whether in terms of loaning him out in order to go get first team playing time in a first division club somewhere, or maybe even start being a part of the main squad. So to me, it's easy keep, and just let the kid be at Benfica.
Chris, keep it going with Bah.
Eba, Ba. Look, for me, Ba, you guys know I'm not in love. I'm not enamored with the guy. Right now, I'm just simply going to have to say keep, because at the same time, obviously, we can't go out and buy 23 new players. So I'd keep him. But if there was someone that was willing to give me 10 plus mil, 15 mil for him, and I'd obviously be able to replace him with a couple of other adequate pieces, I absolutely would. But for now, keep.
Dave?
I have him as a keep as well. You could tell he had Rogers' trust throughout the season there, and really that's not a position that we need to upgrade at the moment, so I got him as a keep.
That's for me too. I'm going with keep. Dave, Gilberto Carlos.
Peraí, before you go. A bola, galera, just say keep Alfredo alone, Dave, and sell Cristiano. Tô feio, mano. Ei, you can't. Nobody can afford to buy me, galera. So it's kind of like I'm stuck here, bro. That's it.
Oh, então é como o Vlaco diz.
I was just gonna say, give him the Flacco contract.
Voila.
Gilberto, he's good as gone in my books. He did his job in the last 2-3 seasons here, but he lost his backup position to a guy that we count as our center mid, but God knows he plays all over the place. So Gilberto, thank you, but goodbye.
I'm going to go with a sell also for Gilberto. Chris?
Gilberto, thank you for the bailadas or baladas, whatever you want to call them, all that fancy
The
stuff.
mixtapes.
Yeah, thank you for the mixtape, bro. You've been nothing but a G on this club. We appreciate your hustle, appreciate your effort, your attitude. I wish more players on this squad would have had that same intensity, that attitude, and that effort that you bring week in, week out, regardless of your performances. But it's time, my friend. It's time to go. I sell. Sell, I think you could get Mill. You could get 1.5, something like that. You could get something for him in Brazil.
Yeah, give 500,000 and a couple caipirinhas. We're good to go.
What? I'm down.
Silva is obviously a keep for me. No brainer. What about you, Chris?
With who?
Silva.
Tony
Desbabes.
thing stays. There's a keep. I mean, that's obvious. Easy. That one shouldn't even go up for debate.
You're right. I'm gonna run out of room here soon. Dave, keep for you?
He's a keep for me.
Yeah. Cristiano, Tomench.
Who?
Tomench.
Otamendi.
Yep.
Bro, he's again. You keeping this guy on the line. This is not a buy, sell, keep. This is a guy that has to renew. I think there's some guys on this list that obviously Benfica doesn't have a choice. So I'm at the point where I could understand Benfica bringing him back for one more season. He is our undisputed leader on the field, in the locker room. Love is tenacious. I mean, the dude's just tremendous leader. And at the age of 35, right? It's 35 already. At the age of 35, my man's still a baller. But I think Benfica's got more than adequate youngsters and replacements. I think it's time to not even offer him a contract, just give him a nice little video, thank him for his time at Benfica. Same thing with Vakudim, as I said before. Thank you for bringing the Kaneko back to stay to lose, but I would just, send him a nice little bag with a gift and, thank him for everything he's done and send him on his way. I would not re-sign him. I know some will disagree, but that's fine.
You're gonna get so many calls from Mr. Ferreira tomorrow.
Yeah, where is he? Where's Hugo in the chat? I've also got Otamendi as a walk, just because of the amount of depth we have in that center back position. Only thing is we don't have the depth in terms of a leadership that he's gonna definitely leave a void in terms of leadership, but in terms of center back depth, we're pretty stacked there. So thank you, but he can walk.
I just, look, as Chris mentioned, I don't think anybody is going to dispute what he brings to the team. He could still play. He could still play another year. I just think that if we are to extend him, he's going to be probably one of the best paid players on the team, if not the best paid player on the team. And if we're going to spend that money, I'd rather take that money and invest on somebody who's going to come in and is going to have a few years to give to Benfica. On a striker, attacking midfielder, whatever.
I feel drag Otamendi below Dave's face because it's not a sell. It's just like you're not selling them. You're just not renewing.
Yeah, I know. I don't have that category up. Sorry.
It's okay. It's just drag them on the Dave. They see that list under there. That's it. Good.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Same.
Okay, so I could just take them out of here.
Next,
who's next?
Veríssimo.
Dave? Veríssimo.
I can go if we lost order here, but I've got Veríssimo as a keep. Again, speaking to my point about Otamendi, about the depth that we have in that position, he accounts for one of those players in terms of depth. Whether he's 2 or 3 once Otamendi leaves. I guess that's what the next season's preseason is for, to see if he can win that starting position back. But I've got him as a keep there.
I would
Yeah.
I would keep, but better don't put him in keep yet, Alfredo. I think he's gonna want first team football, and I don't think Roger Schmidt's gonna guarantee him first team football. I think Morato is more than capable to replace Otamendi on the left side of the defense. I think he showed this season that he can play at this level. I think Benfica will want to see what they can get from this kid and have the two youngsters to tandem at the back. And I don't think he's going to necessarily be guaranteed a starting role. Therefore, I think he will be the one that's going to say, look, I'll go back to Brazil and get full-time playing time over there and try to get back on the Brazilian national team. Therefore, I say so because of that. I would like to keep, but I don't think he's going to want to stay as without guarantees. So,
Yeah. I would love to see Verissimo because what we saw in his first season was good. My only concern is this injury, man. And I think the only time we're going to let him go out to Brazil, let him play at a less competitive level, and see if he could grow from this injury. For me, is a loan for Verissimo also, just because he needs to get back his mojo. I don't know how much confidence he has in his knee. I don't know how much his knee is really bothering him. I don't know.
You got him loaned for me. You got him sell for me. I got him on sell. You got him in keep for me. Yeah, look.
Yeah, you dropped there and now
for me. Okay.
Then,
and I didn't want loan. I want him sell, Alfredo. Sell.
I know you guys are watching this on YouTube. There's about a 15 to 20 minute. You want to know him sell?
Yes, it's sell.
Yeah,
I would like to keep him, but I think he's not going to want to stay as a backup. Therefore, I'd sell him.
I thought you said loan.
I think Benfica will sell him. I think Benfica will wind up selling him. Nothing too extraordinary. Look, Benfica's going to try to recoup the money that they spent on him, but I think he'll go back to Brazil at some point this summer.
They can't get the 20. What was it? It was 20 million that
six
they
and a half. What 20 million?
6?
6.5, bro.
Morato for me is a keep.
Yeah, for sure. He's a keep and he's a starter. Unless they go out and get me, somebody great. But yeah, he's right now. It's him and Antonio penciled in the center of the midfield, so he's a keep as well.
Dave?
Yeah, he's a keep for me as well.
Okay. João Vitor. Chris, you want to go first?
João Vitor.
Dave, what did João Vitor do? Do you have those stats in front of you?
Yeah,
what João Vitor did? Where he played at Nantes?
He played, there at Nantes. He played 13 league games, 3 in the cup. So he was heavily utilized there down the stretch as
but
as a starter.
I read an article that they didn't want him. Now I've read also something that they're trying to keep him.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they could keep him. But look, I think in terms of Benfica, if obviously I'm not sure. See, here's the thing. I'm not sure if when Benfica, I don't think they did. I don't think Benfica included an option when he got sent on loan to not.
No, it didn't.
So if that's the case, I think look, Benfica spent 10 million on this guy. He by default, he has to be on this roster and he has to fight for a starting spot. If he has to start off as a number 3, he's going to start off as a number 3 behind Antonio Silva and Morato. And therefore, it goes back, to my point about Verissimo. This is a guy that Benfica spent a boatload of money last year. They mismanaged the whole situation because they let him play in that Copa Libertadores game against Boca Juniors. Hurt his ankle, was out for 3 or 4 months, which is just inexcusable for a club like Benfica to agree to these nonsense deals. But nonetheless, here we are. He's going to get every crack and every opportunity to make this roster and not make the roster, but you know what I'm saying, in terms of make the rotation. He'll be the third wheel in between Silva and Morato. So he's a keep as well.
Keep for you. Dave?
I've got him as a keep, but if Nantes or another team wants to kind of wash our hands and pay whatever we give us whatever we paid for, I'm good with washing our hands with João Vitor. But
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. And I'm not arguing with you guys. I'm having a conversation, dialogue with you guys. Notts came in and offered Benfica the 10 mil that Benfica spent. You really think Benfica want to admit that they made a mistake? This was a casting mistake last year by the scouting department. I mean, they really want to wash their hands that quickly? I'm asking. I don't know.
They've done it in the past with other players, RTT, Pedrinho. They've just to name the two.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I mean, those guys played at Benfica. Those guys were on the team. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I guess that's fine.
Yeah, that's tricky, man.
Roberto, if we want to go that far back.
That's
Roberto
tricky.
stayed. He played.
He played a year, and then as soon as that year was over, he was gone.
Yeah, I'm in between keeping and loading him out. The thing is that if we're looking at this back line of Benfica, right? Tony Silva, Murato, extremely young. Where's the veteran presence?
He's 23. Oh, where's the veteran? Oh. But
if we don't keep him, where's the veteran presence?
Luizão on the bench.
Luizão on the bench.
Luizão.
It's possible.
No, I mean,
it's possible.
It's the veteran presence. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is when they bring back Andre Almeida for his veteran presence. They'll sign him on a free in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with keep. Thiago Araújo, who was at Dave. What were his stats at? What was
Gil
it? Gil
Vicente. Let me bring them up here. Just getting off. João Vitor.
Carlos Amados is saying, I think Rui Costa has no problem with making his mistakes. I mean, guys, let's be frank. How do we know the guy's been at the helm 1 year? We haven't seen. We saw one transfer window where he basically bringing in his players and cleaning out house, right? Which those players at the time were, they didn't have a stamp of his approval. It was Aurelia's stamp of approval. Now these guys have a stamp. Now we've not seen him deal with this type of situation. So I couldn't tell you if he has no problem admitting it or not. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't think any of us have seen him in action like this yet. So I think it's a little premature to say what we think he's going to do or not do in terms of that.
Tomás Araújo played in 22 league games this past season for Gil Vicente. 1 goal scored, 2 goals or 2 assists from the center back position. If I'm not mistaken, that goal. Well, I thought he scored against Porto, but that was the other player we had on loan there. But he got some good minutes there, especially down the stretch. He started in every single game from December onward.
Yeah. So what is it for you, Dave?
Keep and bring him into the training camp. See what he can bring here.
Okay. For me is going to be a keep also.
Keep. He'll be your fifth
you
option.
also?
You need to. Benfica might need to go get someone. If Veríssimo leaves, like you said before, you might need a veteran guy, someone with a little bit more experience. Maybe not a guy that's expected to come in and start every single game, but a guy that could challenge and a guy that could absolutely step in when one of these other guys is not available. And Tomás Araújo is another thing. We know sooner or later, if Antonio Silva plays to the level that he played this year and Morato plays to the level that at least I expect them to play, that sure, they'll both be on the shopping window. And then you have a João Vitor that you're getting ready. You have a Tomás Araújo, for example, guys that are ready to carry the torch.
Yeah. If you guys recall, Thiago Araújo was actually on above Tony Silva in terms of the pecking order, and then right, and then Tony Silva had such a great preseason. He stayed right there that Araújo ended up going on loan, and Silva was the one that was kept.
Yep. So I think there's a chance that Araújo sticks around or something.
Yeah, Ristich for me is a sell. Ristich. I just think that despite the injuries that he's had, I don't think he did enough. I mean, Grimaldo basically played all of the games.
Alfredo. Isso não é culpa do homem.
But I think that if he could compete,
Guys,
he'd be able to give.
No, Benfica said this guy's leaving. We're gonna wear this guy out. Benfica didn't care. Benfica's like, eu não quero renovar. We're gonna wear you. Vai ser daqui desgastado.
No,
I think
does he only have 1 year contract?
Who? Ristich? No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Grimaldo. Grimaldo, I'm saying.
Oh,
He wasn't coming back, so Benfica just rolled that horse, baby. And Ristich, I think, look, as a backup, I'm completely fine with keeping him around. To me, he's keep, but Benfica absolutely has to go out and get themselves a legit left back. You know, a guy that could limpar aquela ala toda, a guy that could defend, the guy that could get into the attack. We know Roger Schmidt likes to play with, you know, his outside backs going up the flanks, up the wing, and so it's imperative that they get themselves a legit left back. But if this guy is my backup, I think we're fine. For the two go, they're fine.
what about you, Dave?
I've got him as a keep only because we're going to be left with a big hole there without Grimaldo. But I do agree with Chris that some investment needs to be made in that position, and we can't go into the season with him as our starting left back.
Yeah. Next up, Dino. Chris, you go first.
Keep.
For
Go get it. Keep.
Chris.
It's a keep. But they have to go get themselves another player like for like in terms of having the capabilities to play a defensive center mid, a guy that is an absolute tank back there, a destroyer. Because one, Tino can't play every single game. And he was the only guy on the roster this year with those capabilities, right? With that playing style. So I thought that was a mistake by the organization. So they absolutely need to go get another guy to give him a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm with you. Also, keep Dave.
I've got him as a sell if the price is right. We've already seen. I agree with you guys that they need to go in and still invest in another midfielder there, but I'm seeing lately some interest from some bigger teams. So if the price is right, why not sell where we've kind of recouped Florentino's value? Because previous to this, and as we've discussed, when he's been on loan, he hasn't really added to his value. If not, his value shrunk. So I'm good if we sell him this offseason.
You're not really believing that Barcelona is interested, are you? Please.
Barcelona, your Milan, I'm seeing here are interested. So if
I did hear something today that somebody was interested in.
This is the silly season, ladies and gentlemen. But
It
look,
is.
I mean,
we have to bring back our segment of reading. I saw our Fabrizio tweet, Benfica tweet. I think it was last night, and it was basically the same tweet that he did 7 days ago. So.
Oh, so you guys are finally starting to believe me, huh? Okay, maybe Cristiano's not as dumb as he looks. Okay, but look, obviously, if somebody comes in and blows me out of the water for Tino, but what's blowing me out of the water? I mean, what would Dave? You saying selling them, right? What would you sell them for? What's an adequate number for you?
40.
Acceptable number. 40. Okay. You, Alfredo? What'd you say, Alfredo? You said keepers.
For Tino?
Yeah.
25, 30.
Inflation. It's got to be at least 60. Inflation.
You were ready for bot to go for 10 to 15, and you didn't account for inflation on that one too.
Yeah, because I said, look, I told you, Dave, if you get another player to challenge Tino, I think you'll get the best out of him, and if not, you'll always have somebody that can play that position. So to me, it's not urgent to sell Tino. And where the other guy, I'm not a fan of either.
Jon Snow? Nothing there.
Wrap this dude in bubble wrap, throw him in the back of a Brinks truck, and sign him a contract extension and raise his release clause.
It's at what, 60 million right now?
Yep. Jon Snow, resign. Not resign, extend. Wrap him up. Keep this little Menino around forever. Not forever, for a long, long time.
I'm running out of room here. There's a lot of keeps.
I gotta start selling off my keeps to help you out there.
No, what we should have done, all the guys that we have in common, they should have been only there once.
And do that.
I'm gonna have to change it up. All right, so I'll just delete Jon Snow from here, and I'll leave him in here.
Problem is we don't have a lot of the same guys because we don't think alike.
No, of course
Gilberto,
not.
we all agreed upon.
I think Auschnitz is definite keep for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Just move those guys, Alfredo, all the way to the left, above your head, like the
Above my head.
the Nevs, the Auschnitz. Those guys are going to be keeps. Just just whatever.
Chris, you're a fucking genius, bro.
You got to make room. You got to just throw it out with what God gave you, bro.
What else? Who else is in here that we all decided to keep? Ba?
I don't know. You said keep a Dave sold him, but you got him for him keep.
No, you were ready to sell him. Oh, it's Tino.
Oh.
I think João Vitor is also in everyone.
Oh, Dave said sell. Dave said sell.
No, I was good with
sells João Vitor. Yeah, even
no, we're good.
I've got my list here.
Totally shut. I even said, guys, you think Rui Costa is going to admit the mistake of the casting? Like,
I said, bring him in, and if we can get I said if we can recoup the value cost, what we paid, then sell him. But
Tony Silva, everybody agreed to keep Alfredo. Tony Silva, Morato.
I'd say Morato also on that list.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony Silva.
Ba, I think Ba too. We all say Ba.
Yeah, I got Ba up there, but I'll just delete him from here. João Mário.
Who's gonna buy him? Is he gonna go to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, not for another 2 years. It's keep, unfortunately. He's nice. He's a nice rotation player. Keep him around.
João Mário keep. All right, so I'm gonna move him up. Is it keep for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Paulo Bernardo. I mean, what did he do over at Passos Ferreira? He was there for half a season.
Let me bring him up here.
Release. I'm not even gonna say sell. Keep on release.
Because you don't think anybody's gonna buy him?
Let him go on a freebie.
What did he do? Played in 13 games for Passos, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Wait, who said sell Arsenal?
Who said what?
Nobody said sell Arsenal, right?
I saw Carlos.
No, I moved the.
Because saying Bolka, say sell Arsenal. He's the best Norwegian in the game right now. So I don't.
No, not sell. We're putting the players that we all agree on up on the top left-hand corner.
Up on the top left-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, by the year 2038, we'll get these graphics right.
Paul Bernardo. I say Paul Bernardo for me is let's go. Let him go.
Yeah, sell.
Chris?
I told you, release him.
Sell, release the Kraken.
Sell for the player like that is not a sell. A player like that, it's that customary Benfica transaction. Let him go for free, joins a team. I'll let him join your team for free, but I keep 50% of his rights if you sell him in the future. And that's it. That's the type of deal.
Chris, somebody ought to bring you into the negotiation as for Benfica.
Eu era logo, man. Esquece.
You're good, man.
Vendia tudo. Vendia o estádio, vendia tudo. A equipa ia tudo. Caralho. Bora.
Chicão.
I gotta keep him. I mean, who?
You gonna keep him, Dave?
There's talks about renewing his contract now, and I guess you're not really getting. What are you gonna get for Shikingu? So keep him.
No, he's got 1 more year left. You sell him. You sell him for anything you could get now. There's interest in Galatasaray apparently, or whatever. To me, listen, sayonara. Benfica needs to go get Koksu, Kamala. They need to go get players that you can rely on and count on in every big moment, small games. It doesn't matter. Chiquinho is a rotation player, but a rotation player in terms of no nada, jogas tu. For not, we don't need players like that. For that, you give it to young.
For me is a keep. Just because he offers a little polyvalencia there in the midfield. What does it go? Well, how does it go?
But guys, you have
Master of all master of all trades. No,
Jack of
all
does it go?
trades.
Jack of all trades, master of
But
none.
guys,
That's it.
don't forget, he's got one more year left. So if he doesn't play a lot this year, because we expect Benfica to solidify and reinforce the midfield. So keep in mind, so now, if Benfica goes and gets other players and he gets more playing time, he's gonna walk for free. So use your noggin. You better off getting $5 today than getting $0 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for that reason, that's why they're going to re-sign him.
But if he's not a crucial cog, why resign him? And why would he want to stay if he's going to be a battle?
Chris, not every team is filled with crucial cogs.
Oh, então é uma equipa que não quer ganhar.
Tens gajos lá para fazer the dirt work. The dirty work.
Look, Sergio Chiqueira, my man, says, sell Chiquinho. It's the highest value you'll ever get for him. Right now, it's the highest. Hello.
A bag of balls and a couple Guaranas.
Eu tô lixado.
Let's go. Next on to next one. Sharon Nadur.
He's not even there. He didn't resign, no, Fred. He's a free agent.
Is that
he's
for
a
sure?
Free agent.
Yeah, he's left. He already announced. His agent, Miguel Pino, already announced he's not coming back.
All right, so I'm gonna put him next to Otamendi.
No, you see the black line over there? That's where you put him. Descartado.
It's unfortunate.
I know it's unfortunate.
Neres for me is a keep, obviously. What about you guys?
Keep. That's easy. Dave?
Keep, but do you think he's what do you think he's feeling? He really didn't get in Rogers' good books, so I'm wondering if that plays a role. But I'd love for him to stay another year. But I wonder if he's kind of ticked off that he didn't get the starting role in multiple games.
Learned a lot of lessons this year that he won't repeat next year. Alfredo up top. Acima, pá, acima.
We all agree it's to keep.
For all of us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if Dave was going to sell him.
No,
I mean,
I want to
selling
keep him.
Kino.
I want to keep him, but I hope he's not isn't talking to his agent to force a sell because he wasn't getting the playing time.
Rafa. For me is a keep. What about you guys?
Oh, keep. Again, another player that's got 1 year left on.
Okay.
And
Who's up top, Dave?
Yeah, I've got him as a keep. We're thin in that wing position. He's, I think, 30, 31 now, so we missed our opportunity if we were ever going to make a big money move for Rafa, so
30
he's a
already?
keep.
he's already 30.
He's 30, yeah. 30,
wow.
if not going on 31.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, Rafa is 30. I think I
Yeah.
remember reading that somewhere today.
Just turned 30 in May.
Tiago Gouveia, who was on loan at Estoril. What did Tiago Gouveia do at Estoril, Dave?
He was the one that scored against Porto. He played in 29 games this season, 5 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, for me, this kid needs to be in preseason. What about you guys?
Yeah, that's what I have him here as preseason. Bring him to the preseason, see what he can do. So he's a keep
What
on
about
my
you,
list
Chris?
here.
I'd bring it to preseason, but I don't think he's an out-and-out winger for a club like Sport Lisboa and Benfica. So, but bring him in.
All right, so I'm just gonna bring him up top since he's a consensus.
Yeah.
Consensus. Next up, Peta Musa.
Pra cima, mano, mais pra cima.
Keep.
Keep for you, Dave.
Yeah, for Musa.
What about you, Chris?
I'm still trying to see what you're doing with the other kid on the screen.
No, don't pay attention, man.
Musa,
This is on a delay.
Musa, I'll chop him around. See what I can get for him. If it's something that sounds about right, I'd ship him out. But if it's nothing that too appealing, I keep, I guess.
Wait, so is it keep or is it sell?
Keep. I said I shop him around, but I don't think you're gonna get much for him.
All right, so let's keep Musa. Let's take Musa all the way up top.
Arriba, abajo.
Let's see. Next up, Gonçalo Guedes.
Getch? Well, it's
Yeah.
return loan, right?
Yeah,
Return to sender.
Yeah, he's another one that you can't sell, keep loan here, bro. He's another guy if anything, you hope to extend his loan, or you hope he rescinds his contract with Wolverhampton, or you hope they pay 70 mil for Gonzalo Ramos and throw this guy in as a token. I mean, that's the type of shit. But right now, in terms of buy, keep, loan, Alfredo, I think that option's out of our hands.
And he's
Yeah, I know he was trying to extend. He was trying to stay in Lisbon, but I just don't know. I don't know, man. And it's not playing Monday morning quarterback. I know that a lot of people were excited about Gonçalo Guedes joining Benfica. For some reason, I just had this feeling that I wasn't too crazy. I know that he added to the depth, but the picture that I have of Gonçalo Guedes has always been that he's inconsistent. He has good periods where he plays good football, where his speed and his strength are enough to beat opponents. And then he has other times that trapalhão, atrapalhas todo com a bola, and não sei o quê. I don't know. For me, I wasn't that excited, but I do understand that he added depth to the squad.
Yeah, look.
What about you
At
guys?
this point, I'll let him walk unless, like I said, you get him involved in a deal for one of our players and he comes on a free. Because even if we were to come on a free, let's say, as you mentioned before about Otamendi, he's going to be one of the highest paid players on the squad. He's already 28. I don't think Benfica. I see guys on the chat here. Some of the Freddy saying buy gets. I don't see Benfica spending the money that a Wolverhampton will want to recoup, because I believe they invested 40 million in him. So I'm not sure at this point financially is the best option. If you get him on a free, why not? But unless that were to happen, I'll just look. Unfortunately, turn my back. So, hello.
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
I'm good if they were.
We're gonna let him go. Right?
Yeah, I'm good. Plus, he had these battled some injuries. We barely got to. Maybe that's the problem. We barely got to see him at his top level because he was battling injuries, and maybe that's not fair. But if we're just going by even before he came to Benfica, it looked lost at Wolves, and you got to hope that he finds it. I definitely will support him wherever he goes, but I don't think.
No, but even when he was at the top of his game at Valencia, he went through spurts where he's fantastic, and then he dipped, and then he was fantastic, and he dipped. That's just been his career, unfortunately, since he's been a pro. Great player, not a great, but a fantastic player when he's on. But yeah, up and down, too much sadly. And with all these injuries this year, he could not really show what we can do at Benfica.
Yeah, Bruno Gil Rodrigues says trade Paulo Bernardo for Guedes. That sounds like an even trade.
What?
Bruno Gil Rodrigues says trade Paulo Bernardo for Gonçalo Guedes.
Diz o Brian Peters, está lá o Lata Patatas, whatever his name is, Lupategi. He's not fond of Tugas like that. So yeah, I mean, look, for all we know, he might send Guedes packing. But again, I think Guedes will have market, in the Turkeys and the Arabi Sauditas and those other campeonatos. I think there are people that could offer more money, but we'll see.
Next up, Sheldrup. For me, is a keep.
Keep. Never really got to see the Shinga on the A team here, but hopefully it was just to bring him in, get him used to the club and the culture, and we get more Sheldrup in 2023.
Gonçalo Ramos.
Sell.
I'm good with selling as well.
So right now, his stock is sky high. Sell.
I don't even know if you can say it's sky high. If it was January, for sure sky high, but I hope people are still looking at this whole year and still wanting to buy him, because I'm good if we this is one of the players. He put in a good performance for us, but sell while he's high here.
Mm-hmm. So
okay, thanks, Ted.
Alfredo, you didn't say nothing about Rams, Alfredo?
I have a keep.
You're keeping Gonçalo Ramos.
Yeah, I'm keeping Gonçalo.
So who the hell are you selling? You got to sell somebody to make blue. Who are you selling?
Gilberto. Look, I'd love to keep him, but realistically, he's probably top 2 of guys that have market and that people are chasing.
Stop.
There was an article on The Athletic today. There was basically a scouting report on Gonçalo Ramos. So,
What?
I mean,
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The 2 guys with crazy market is him and Antonio Silva. It's gonna be him,
right.
bro. You'll get 70, 80, whatever it is for him, and then if Benfica's smart, you spend 25 on a legit, just finisher. Get a guy to put the ball on,
All right.
and there's plenty for that price, 20, 25. You're
right.
still making out. So
I'm gonna put Gonçalo Ramos in the cell. You
I
convinced
convince
me.
you.
Thanks, Ted.
Thanks, Ted. I mean, thanks, Ted is another guy like Shaldrup. I guess you have to keep, but we haven't really seen much out of him. I mean, so look, to me, let me see what he could do in preseason. But I do think, as I mentioned before, and I'm being serious now, I'm not even trying to be funny. If Benfica do sell Gonçalo Ramos and they go out, they have to. You cannot come into next season with Tankstead, Musa as your number 1 strikers. You cannot do that. Benfica will have to go out and get themselves a legit striker. That being said, I need to see Tankstead, whatever, play as much as possible. And if we do go out and acquire another striker or 2, I'm not sure he's going to get that playing time in the preseason for us to really evaluate him to a full extent. So I guess it's a keep. You have to keep him because we don't really know it's there. But, they need to.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, he's a keep for me as well. Fits in that same category as a Shaldrup. Never really got to see much of Tankstead, so he's a keep.
Enrique Araújo had an exciting move to Watford, and then Bilic got let go. Huh? Well, it was exciting to the point that he was going to be able to show what he had and play in a championship in England, which was, for me, a good level for him to learn and to really progress.
And he didn't play.
He played while Bilic was there, and then Bilic lost his job, and he wasn't really the other coach's favorite guy.
Yeah, and at
For
that
me
time we were talking about being in a promotion battle, and it was going to be good for Araújo's development, and then that team just went sideways. They brought in, I think, way too many players at the winter transfer deadline, and they changed their coach and possibly philosophy on how they wanted to play. So it didn't really work out for him. So I bring him into training camp and see what he can do with this team.
What about you, Chris? Same?
I don't know. I'm torn on this game. I like his style, but I don't know.
You like his?
I like
you like his style?
Yes, but I don't know.
But you torn?
Yeah, because if let's say, just for shits and giggles, you don't sell Gonçalo Ramos, right? Now you're bringing back Gonçalo Ramos, Musa, Tankstead. There's going to be another striker coming in. Benfica is going to, guys. They're not going to go in with just an upgrade at midfield and that's it. They're going to get players, and you bring in a Ramos or a Ramos replacement. Who, if you get a Ramos replacement, it's going to be a guy that's going to play. Musa, Tankstead. There's just not enough minutes for everybody. And so, I'm torn because I like the player, but I'm not sure with the way the roster is currently or will be constituted come July, and the pressure of having to get this team ready. Because if you guys, let's not forget, next season, only one team, the champion, will make the Champions League the following season. So it is urgently, it is ultra important that Benfica gets off from the starting gate, right? And just never looks back like they did kind of this year without the hiccup this year, right? They need to hit the ground running. And I'm not sure a player like this who has been sent out on loan, who's, say what you want, was a disappointment in the end. I'm not sure how much time he's going to get on a team like this. So, just to be fair, because I like the guy, I'll loan him. I'll loan him back out. I'll loan him back out to a Chaves or Marítimo, because he's from Madeira, right? Marítimo. Let the kid go out there and let the kid.
Well, Marítimo may not even be playing in the first division.
If they are.
But yeah, I get it. I get it.
So send them on loan.
So he's a keep for me and Dave, right?
Yeah, you have him up top, but that's wrong. But it's okay.
Yeah, I'm fixing it right now. I should see in about 20 seconds. All right, next up, Tiago Dantas. What did he do over at PAOK, Dave?
Oh, I gotta bring that one up here. Bear with me.
Tiago Dantas, Chris's favorite player.
Hold on. Didn't they extend him already, Alfredo? Isn't he alone again for next year? I think
they have the option to buy. I don't think it's to extend. I think it's to buy, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they triggered. I think he's staying for another year. I think they triggered the loan. I think they extended it. I might not.
He's he played in 36 games for them this season. 4 goals.
5 goals. 4 goals.
The other one was in the Conference League qualifier at the beginning of the season. So I guess altogether 38 games, 5 goals for Dantas.
Yeah. For me, it's a loan, Chris.
Yeah. Sell.
Okay. And Dave?
I think he just sell, I guess, at this point. I don't think Roger accounts for him, so cut our ties, maybe put it on one of those 50% sell-on clauses on him in case if he turns out to be anything special, we can recoup some money.
Okay, Maite. No, wait, we don't need to talk about Maite. Let's just
sell.
Sandro Cruz. I don't think we need to talk about Sandro Cruz either. Yeah, left back. Showed some promise, but then it ended up not turning out to be anything. He was involved in that racism incident over at Riwav. But I don't think he's done much over. He's over at
Chaves. 16 games this season.
Yeah, 16 games isn't one of the first 5 guys on the roster.
No.
Yeah. So I guess
there it is.
We could delete
gentlemen.
We could delete him.
Our consensus on Auschwitz, Jon Snow, Bach, João Vitor, Morato, Antônio Silva, João Mário, David Sleepy Neres, Rafa, Oveia, Musa, Chalrup, Tankstad, and Tomás Araújo. Those, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those 14, we are all in agreement. Alfredinho.
I'm trying to.
Alfredo's also keeping Tino, Vlaco, Samu, Chiquinho, Tomás Araújo. To add to those 14, I'm keeping the 2 young goalkeepers, Kokubu, André Santos, right? That's his name? Santos.
Gomes.
Gomes, I'm sorry. André Gomes, Tino, and Ristich. Davis keeping Ristich, Chiquinho, Vlaco Dimas keeping every goalkeeper. Vlaco Dimas, Samu, André Gomes, Enrique Araújo, and Verissimo. There it is. I'm only loaning 1 player? Impossible.
You're loaning Thiago Rouge. Everyone else, you don't care about the loans. Let's just sell. No, because what you used to say is like, if we could get a good loan.
You're wrong. I said to loan Samu. I said he needs to go playing. Bring him back next.
Yeah, he said that.
Okay, placing him there now.
So I'm loaning 2 players. That's it.
That's it, my brother.
I'm selling Vlaco Dimos, Gilberto, Verissimo, Paulo Bernardo, Chicão, Ramos, and Tiago Dantas.
Yeah.
Fredo selling Kukubu, Nobody's going to pay him anything. Gilberto, Ramos, Paulo Bernardo, and Ristich. Davis selling Kokubu, Gilberto, Paulo Bernardo, Florentino,
Dantes
Ramos,
and
and
Ramos.
Dantas. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much.
Yeah. So as you guys see it right now, that's how it would be. The top row, if you're joining us this late, is guys that there's consensus that they're all keeps. On the bottom left are players that are at the end of their contract, whether it's a permanent contract or a loan contract, that we feel are going to leave the club, that are not going to stay at the club.
So I'm saying to sell 7 players.
Yeah. Flaco Dimos, Gilberto Veríssimo and Dantas, Bernardo, Chiquinho and Ramos, Dave selling Kokubu, Gilberto, Tino, Dantas and Ramos and Paulo Bernardo, and I'm selling Kokubu, Ristich, Gilberto, Ramos and Paulo
Dave
Bernardo.
is rude. He's not loaning anybody.
No.
Dave,
that screw all that noise.
Dave,
That's it. Well, know what it is. It's I'm playing by the football manager. You can only loan out 3 players now.
Not loaning anyone.
That's it. I'm waiting to see.
No, Dave said, why do you need loans when you got the B team?
Yeah.
It's not the same. First division, second division, totally different.
So let's Brunte Shira says, so for you guys, we need to sell more than half the team.
No, more than half would consist of at least.
No, more than half.
I said 7, and not. And again, guys. So for those of you for those of you that are listening, right? When we talk about selling, right? Gilberto, I think we all have him here on sell, but it's because some of us might not rate him. But I think it's been more than obvious that he's not coming back. So that was easy. You know what I mean? Paulo Bernardo is a guy that we don't think will count on the roster. So therefore, easy sell. Which in reality, I do think he'll be out on loan somewhere, to be brutally honest with you. But you're asking me what I would do, I would sell. So, and then you have 3 players that contracts expire, right? So you got to add that. That's not our choice. Those are just players that are no longer linked or contractually linked to Benfica. So you have to take that into consideration. So if you look at the numbers, it's not necessarily crazy. I think Benfica in years past, even in successful years, Alfredo, if we recall, it was 16, 17 out, 14, 15.
Oh, yeah.
So 7 is a relatively low number.
Yeah. No, look, I think that the thing that jumps out to most people and to us is that all of us have Gonçalo Ramos on a sell list, and Chico Marcelino said if there's a time to sell Ramos, now is the time because he's overpriced, right? So overvalued, if you will. So I think that's the biggest thing, because I think if you ask any Benfiquista, everyone is keeping Gonçalo Ramos. But the fact that we know we got to sell a player, right? If I need to pick between Antonio Silva and Gonçalo Ramos, I'll pick Antonio Silva all day.
But should you? Because it's harder to find the goal scorer than to find the defense. But I'm with you. I'd sell him. So I'm just messing with you now. But Carlos Amaro says, buy back that up. See, that's a smart man.
Hashtag buy back the
Get on the hashtag.
Alfredo, I won't hold it against you, but Seferovic was also on a loan too, and
yes, he's back.
He's coming back.
Yeah,
so.
He's already said he's not coming back.
For this,
I read that his plans is not to return to Benfica. That's what I read. I don't know if Celta's going to keep him. Certainly, staying in a Primera or La Liga.
Yep, Barcelona last game of the year, 2-1 to stay.
Right, that's appealing to him. I think that if they go down, and it's a different story. But the whole thing is, what is Celta going to do? What are their plans? How much are they planning to invest? Because a loan is a loan. You're not investing much. You're paying the players' wages. But I don't know how liked he is.
Benfica's
in Vigo.
Alfredo, Benfica willing to let him go for peanuts.
They probably just rescind the contract, right?
Yeah, they'll tell.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything, I think that Benfica is going to rescind the contract with Seferovic. Let him go play for Basel.
He's saying Bruno Gil's saying no, Celtics releasing him. Bruno Teixeira said, I think Benfica wants to please Roger Schmidt. I am very curious to see what will be his choices. I think we all are, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno. I think we all are, brother. Oh, Azamato's
I
writing a
think
love
it's
letter on behalf of
yeah. I think so. I think that the other thing that jumps out is that uh, a goalkeeper is not consensus is not on our list up top. Both Dave and I said that we should keep Flacco Dimos. Dave said, Cristiano said we're going to sell him.
Uh-huh.
So, but I mean, when you look at this list up top, Ausnes, Neves, Pá, João Vitor, Morato, Silva, João Mário, Neres, Rafa, Gouveia, Musa, Cheldrup, Tankstead, and Araújo. I think that's a nice little core.
It's a nice base.
It's a nice, you sprinkle in Tino, you sprinkle in Chiquinho, and we're good. I think it's a nice base, Cristiano. Yeah, you're right. That's the word I was looking for.
It needs left back, a legit left back. It needs legit box,
right back, right back.
Right back you got, but you need a backup. But I'm talking about in terms of getting this team over the hump, right to that next level. You need because obviously Gonzalo Ramos will be out the door, so you need a legit goal scorer. You need say what you want. Benfica needs another game breaker. They need a winger, somebody on the side. You got Neres on one side. There's rumors of Maria, whatever it may be. You need somebody. You need another player like that can just wreak havoc on his own. Got to create. You need a box-to-box midfielder. There's still some very important touch-ups to this team that need to be done, and I believe they will do it. I believe in this. And more than anything, to be brutally honest with you guys, I believe in Lorenzo Coelho. I think Lorenzo Coelho is extraordinary at what he does. I think he'll find a way to strengthen this roster. You look at the rosters when this guy's been involved, and it's all been solid rosters. I think he absolutely knows what the hell he's doing, and in him I trust, and so very excited to see what he puts together.
Yeah, Carlos is saying, who do you think we'll realistically see come next fall? Not now on the team. So I mean, not a lot of us watch a lot of the B team. I watch a little bit. Is there any guys on the B team that we?
But he's not talking about B team. I think he's talking about reforços, Alfredo. That's.
But I mean, I can't look at my magic ball and just pull a refuerzo
right
out
now,
of the thin air.
Confidence.
I would think.
Yeah. There's no confidence.
But I would think that we got to look at some B team players, guys that are going to perhaps join the team in preseason camp and then have an opportunity to do something.
Sim, mas Alfred, tu és muito nice, man. Look at this core. Who from the B team going to come in and take minutes from these guys?
Especially coming off the season that the B team had too, right? They barely survived relegation.
You're not going realistically. You're not. I mean, I know it's a luxury and it's beautiful, and I'm not saying it's unrealistic, right? Because we've seen it after. But there might be a year where you don't promote kids from the B team, where in terms of not promote, but in terms of actually getting important minutes, like João Neves, think about it, still all the way to the end of the year to get key crucial minutes. So I think Benfica now has their core, and they have to go out and identify players that add to this roster, not players that are going to be practice squad fillers. They need guys, Alfredo, that come in and play key roles. And I don't see anybody, again, to be fair, before you throw me out the window, none of us saw Antonio Silva or even Jon Snow at this time last year, to be fair. But the odds of that happening year after year, bro, they're low. So we have to be realistic, right? They need to attack the market. They need to bring in players from the outside that strengthen, without a shadow of a doubt, strengthen this roster. We know our rivals will be doing that in Portugal. And we just need to look at ourselves, strengthen, put forth a team that you're confident against any type of opposition. So I think that's what Carlos was talking about in terms of what plays from the outside. You hear a lot of Koksu, you hear a lot of Kekeres, whatever. Look, Rui Pedro Brás, Lourenço Coelho, Rui Costa, last year they showed that they are good at what they do. They keep things quiet. There's players right now that Benfica is probably negotiating that we have no idea that they're even negotiating. And so, not even what's his name, Fabrizio Romano is that Benfica is negotiating with them. So they're silent as
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I want to read some of these comments. Bola Caderns was asking what happened to Benfica TV on Fubo. Carlos answered him. Also, Nick Valadão joined us late because I agree with pretty much all of your assessments to sell, loan, keep. Paulo Caderns is asking about the Seleção. We usually don't talk about the Seleção here. Paulo Caderns is also saying bring back Jetson Fernandes and Keaton Parks. Jetson Fernandes just signed a new contract.
And Keaton Parks no longer linked to Benfica. He signed the contract with NYCFC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, both.
Yeah. One last thing, looking at these guys up on top, who's your starting lineup?
Starting lineup with this?
We have no goalie.
The guys up top plus Vlaco Dimos. Arsenal can play goal.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Put Jon Snow in goal. Little guy.
Little guy. That's the top. He could get up, man. Got some good elevation. I don't know. I guess I could start. Silva Murat. Ba. We don't have a left back. Very important. Ba and Auschness on the sides. And we don't have an 8 in this team either.
There's a lot. I mean,
and we don't have Tino is not in here either.
Tá a jogar jogo, man. Tá a jogar jogo.
Esquece, vamos, bro. Let's forget that question.
Abort.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. No, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. I think it's definitely better than last season, where we basically wanted to sell everyone.
Bro, Benfica
and loan everyone.
Benfiquistas need to get in their minds that we, Sport Lisboa Benfica, needs to have a roster with solid forget these guys que ninguém conhece e que andamos aqui aos montes, bro.
Cristiano, isso também é preciso muito dinheiro, pá.
They got it. They got dinheiro.
They got it. They just went for no empréstimo.
I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what the hell that means. But I didn't get enough.
Raise funds.
I know they raised funds. I get it. But what about the 300 million that they made the previous year? Whatever, plus the 55 mil. I mean, where's the money going to? They got money for transfers. They gotta have money for transfers. And you sell Gonçalo Ramos. There's 80 mil right there. Boom, you got more money, bro. All you need is 5 players at 20 million each. Average. I'm just saying average, because obviously if this Koksu, they're saying 40. I doubt Benfica is going to go that high, but that's just me. So if you average out 5 players at 100 mil, right? That's 20 million each, bro. Those guys are going to be guys that are absolutely no doubters. Guys are going to come into this lineup and start from day one. So instead of buying those $6-7 million guys and go to Fatima and lighting up every candle you can possibly see in sight in order to hope that these guys become legit, bro, spend a little bit extra money and go get yourself. Look at a guy like Arsenal, who we spent $15 million on. A lot of people, if I recall, and you guys do as well, a lot of people criticize $15 million on a guy like, and look, turned out to be cheap. So spend money.
Roger Smith has admitted that he didn't even know them all that he was that great.
Spend money on guys that come in or absolute no doubt. That's it. Don't go spend money on these João Vitors when you don't need a center back. Right?
Yeah, mas esse também é difícil de encontrar, pá.
Por amor de Deus, man. There's a million footballers all around the world. É difícil. Por amor de Deus. Por amor de Deus. You come with the money, bro, you know, it's like you trying to buy a used car for $5,000 expecting to get something decent. No, you go in with an $80,000 used car. Trust me, you'll find a shitload of cars.
Yeah, Manny Villadon. Benfica running a fine line and bringing back all these old Benfica players. Easy for us fans to be caught up in the nostalgia, but when we hear names like Renato Di Maria and Nelson Smith,
Nelson Smith will
it
resign.
gets
He's gone.
it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Nelson Smith will resign
He
with
signed
Wolves.
with Wolves. Yeah, so he's not even an option. He says continuous needs a balance and bringing back old players that we contribute and make us worse. I mean,
Yeah.
Sheikh Muslim says Benfica needs to have a roster to win easily in Portugal and compete in Europe. We have the conditions that our rivals can only dream of. Exactly, man. Stop settling. Stop dreaming small. All right, bro. Build a roster that could compete on all fronts. They don't have to be over putting up the Chiquinhos of the world in crucial games and Champions League. Build yourself roster. You have the funds. Stop playing around.
Chris, I've got this from Fabrizio at 10 o'clock this morning. World Cup champion Angel Di Maria is now officially available as a free agent. Leaves
we knew that.
Leaves Juventus with immediate effect. Benfica are dreaming of Di Maria's return, but there are several options available. No decision yet. Open race.
Again,
Thoughts, comments?
Like I said last week, what did he tell us that we didn't know?
He continues to tell us something that we all know.
I mean, come on, dude.
Di Maria's reached the end of his contract, and now
he's
going to see what's the best choice.
He basically wrote an open letter on IG or whatever to Juventus saying goodbye.
Said goodbye. He said adios.
I don't know. He said arrivederci.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Ciao, bella.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for all of you that were here on the chat, keeping us company, talking, chatting. It was really nice of everyone. We will be back next season.
I'm gonna go sleep for the next 2 months.
Benfica comes back July 5th, and that's when the physicals will take place. I'm thinking July 5th actually falls on a Wednesday. I'm thinking we are back the Tuesday after July 5th.
Hey,
so whatever,
the 11th.
Whatever for the 11th.
Dave, you hear this guy, Dave?
Right, Dave? 7-11.
Dave, you hear this guy?
I'm listening.
Last podcast, he was crying the swan song. He was quitting. He was done. That guy wants to be back in 3 weeks. Epa, tu apanha vergonha na cara.
Epá, pois é, tens razão.
Apanha vergonha.
We won't be back.
We'll come back. We'll probably do a real quick. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Okay, ciao. When things get really interesting in August. I mean, preseason.
We've got some players. If there's big signings between now and then, we'll do
if there's big signings, we'll do like 5-minute release. Like, oh, everybody. That's it.
Yeah.
Godfrey, we'll try.
All right, everyone.
I need all the beauty sleep I could get.
Yeah, everybody enjoy your summer. Make sure that if you're out in the sun, you put protection. Skin cancer is real.
Bruno Gil is saying, tem que fazer episódio interativo, bro.
Interativo? Quando quiserem. I tried to do that once and nobody wanted to come on. And people say, I'm already in bed. I'm in the front of my computer.
If we do one of those, Alfredo, maybe we'll do it on a Saturday, 11 a.m. Because that gives
11 a.m.
Yeah, here. Because then in Portugal, it's 4 p.m. It gives people, I mean, like, we're very limited at this time. And so I think if we come in for one of those special episodes early where Dugas and all over the world are actually paying attention. All our lovely Freddies from Australia and all that stuff. We have 11 a.m. It's 11 p.m. there at night. No, whatever. But yeah, all those beautiful listeners from all over the globe that we adore so much here on the podcast. I think it gives them a different time. Because right now, like in Portugal right now, it's like, what, 2, 3 in the morning, whatever it is. I don't even know exactly. So, we're limited. So we'd have to do something like that.
Yeah. All right,
Like,
we'll plan something.
he says,
I think that we have to freshen up for the new season.
Yeah.
We have to change some gears.
guys,
maybe
we might sign a force ourselves. We'll see. We're trying to say
that's right.
out there to negotiate. We'll see.
Like they said, I'm
Yeah.
going out on a loan. They're selling you, Chris. So
That's
it
right.
was nice. It was
Alfredo's
nice
going
being on the
that
podcast,
guarantee.
but you'll
Yeah.
catch me on another one for the next season.
Yeah, and then Alfredo does like Salgueiros.
Folds?
Yeah.
I was gonna say what, third, fourth division? Where are they?
No, he takes the ball and goes home.
No, we're gonna think of new things to do in the new season. Maybe add a new voice to the podcast. So we're gonna do some things, but for now, I think that we all need to kind of step.
Yes, send in
step
your
away.
resumes. If you're listening, send in your resumes.
Send your resumes.
Your resume. Look, Sheikh Muslim says you like to participate, but his English is bad. Well, join the list, Sheikh. My English is
terrible. All right, everyone. Enjoy your summer.
One. Bruno Teixeira is asked because it's 12 p.m. It's what? What is it here? It's 11. So we're an hour. We're in the United States. Bruno Teixeira.
Argentina's not 12 p.m. right now, bro.
The guy's living there.
12 a.m.
The guy lives there. Well, yeah, he's making a mistake. 12 a.m.
Yeah.
Bruno, estás todo torto.
Já não das com nada, pá.
Yeah,
All right, everybody.
to the US.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support throughout the season. It sure was a trying season, but it ended up it had an happy ending. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Pissed out because you're gonna see all those guys I said sold tudo embora. Vais ver. Let's see who's right.
Yeah.
Keep record of this.
All right, keep it right. I'm gonna take a screenshot and post it on Twitter.
Yeah, Bruno's saying AM, LOL. So yes, it's 12 a.m.
Yeah, that's right.
Acordou agora.
All right, everyone. Take care. Enjoy your summer.
Peace out, everybody. Good.
Later.
Thank you for everything.